but I had a mic.
Are you listening?
What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Run In Wrestling Podcast, Run In Reviews Edition. Something we're going to start doing. I am your host, Big Mike, and I am finally joined again. Reunited, and it feels so good.
I wish I
My
could
brother
hug you.
Sped Rock is back. What's going on, Sped Rock?
Oh man, I missed Thursday so much. Look, that rehearsal dinner was great. Loved it. Love you guys over there. That was fun. That wedding was awesome. But I missed it here. I ain't even gonna lie. I was texting TC. TC, you're in the chats right now. And I was texting him and I was like, man, listen, I love doing what I'm doing. All right. It's my boy. All right. But God, did I miss this. You know, and I miss you too, Herb. I heard Bama got a win today.
They did, and Herb jumping in the comments saying we missed you. I can 100% agree with that. Hopefully that will be the last solo episode that I ever have to do. And to be fair, there were quite a few people who volunteered to co-host with me, and I thank you for that, and I appreciate it. But that was something Thursday night that I had to do for me to kind of push myself out of my comfort zone, because I've never really been all that confident to do it by myself. So that was in no way, shape, form, or fashion a slight to anyone who volunteered to come and help me co-host. But that's just something I wanted to push myself and kind of do for me to see if I could do it. And thank you for all the feedback from everybody, which was everybody said it was good. So I'll never say it's that good because I'm just harder on myself than anybody else. But I really appreciate all the feedback.
I'll tell you this then. When I did this show by myself, okay, on Twitch, when you were sick, I only hit 90 live viewers. All right. When you did this show by yourself, 150. I had to go look it up. Okay. I looked up the stats and everything. When I did it by myself, like I said, 90 live. You 150. So listen, you killed it, man.
That's not a fair comparison because you did it only like a month after we started doing this.
But that's still
I'm doing it a year after we've done it. So
that's holding it down though, my man. You're holding it down big time. Oh yeah, no, I already said that. I was like, man, we beat the Titan, and then they were like, we did it. That was our natty. Now we can suck.
We'll take a second to say what's up to everyone else in the chat. Stampede, our resident wrestling encyclopedia, who was in the Discord for the Kicking Out at 2 guys, with a live stream. I got popped in there and talked to them for just a second to kind of get their thoughts. That was really fun to watch. So make sure you're checking out Kicking Out at 2 on all platforms, as they're doing a lot of really cool stuff.
They are. They are. Oh man.
Lady Alpha was in there. We did have a short little 5-minute behind the scenes. That's where these comments are coming from. Just to stay with tradition. Obviously, it wasn't a 30-minute like we normally do because the show was going on, but we did have a little 5 minutes just for everybody to kind of jump in and get comfortable, sit down, take a load off, and kind of chill with us before we get into the show. And like Herb said, they're also live. Pop in, give them a comment, say hello to Herb and Raj over on their Herb and Raj podcast YouTube channel, going over all of the college football games from today, watching some of the games that are still on right now. So just pop on over there and tell them hello. Tell them we sent you over there just to say hey, and give them a good Roll Tide or whatever your college football team is if you have one. Promote that team in their comments. And Stampede going from a tag team to a single star. I appreciate that, Stampede. That's high praise coming from you. I really appreciate that.
That's good.
But it's good to have you back, Sped.
I love it.
Again, hope that is the last solo episode I ever have to do. I'll still probably do some videos solo here and there, some short videos, nothing like that. But yeah, Halloween Havoc, brother. Let's get into it.
Heck yeah.
What'd you think of the show overall? Just kind of an overall grade.
I gave it an A. All right, from top to bottom, I enjoyed this card completely. This was different in all the senses of every. Like, look, you had from the beginning, which we're about to talk about with La Partica and Evans and them. That match was just phenomenal. And then it just after that, it was just like, okay, let's see if we can top that all the way down. Yeah.
Since you brought it up, we will start off with the first match, which was there's the title card.
Did you see
Mike Rome? I guess it was kind of supposed to be like a Beetlejuice. I think he's done Beetlejuice.
He was doing Art the Clown. Art the Clown. Last year was Beetlejuice.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
when he was Hershey last year, he was Beetlejuice. But this year was Art the Clown. That was great. When I saw that, I was like, this is fantastic. I need this picture.
I like that. Stampede said, take me next time, and we'll do an episode from the pew. Or like I said Thursday, the run-in wedding planner. Your Sped can officiate. He can cater because he's a cook. I can come in and be your ring bearer and your flower girl and anything else like that. We could stand in as best man or maid of honor, whatever you want us to do.
I can't wait to get the okay to show you guys a video from that wedding. Okay, when he said flower girl, listen, I can't wait. I'm just listen. Stay tuned. It's going to be here within 2 weeks.
There is a video. I volunteered to be the flower dude, as they called it, at a friend of mine's wedding a few years ago.
What's going on?
And there is a video. I think I may have the only copy now because I've confiscated all the rest of them. It was on Facebook at one time, but I think I had it deleted. Of me dancing to a Bruno Mars song down the aisle, throwing flower petals and stuff like that. I went full flower dude, so I do have experience in that field. So if you need it, yeah, I agree.
I did. I had to look. Quick story about that. As soon as I shaved, my daughter goes, "What happened to your stuff?" Just like that. Yeah, I was like, "Oh my god, what's going on, though, brother?"
What's up, man? I appreciate you.
Yeah, this was a great show. I enjoyed every second of this.
And we kicked off the show with a very fun, fast-paced, high-flying match. It was Leon Slater and Javon Evans against Mr. Iguana and La Parka. And that's really the main note I had. It was fun. It was fast-paced.
Yes.
It was enjoyable. A great opening match. Any other thoughts you had from it?
Listen, you know I'm a huge fan of La Parka. But hearing Booker T talk about the original versus now was fantastic. I love that part of the commentary where he was like, yo, you don't remember seeing the OG La Parka doing the spin into a DD, like a suplex, whatever he did right there, jumping over this, what's going on, Isaiah? Thank you. But, jumping over the ropes like he did. And, I thought this was great. And then you got Yageska right there beating the crap out of everybody.
Yeah, I like how he just ends up using her as a weapon. That was amazing.
This was a great match. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. I thought this was a fantastic opening match.
100%. Okay. I'm not sure where that came from. I will neither confirm nor deny what's going on below the shirt chest level. So I'll let your imaginations run wild on that one. Yeah, I mean, I don't normally give it a number grade. I would agree with you guys that it's in that 7 to 8 range. It was really good. As an opening match, it was the perfect one out of everything on this card to be the opening match. So definitely could not have done any better picking that match.
And Isaiah's right. They set the tone.
Yeah.
Isaiah's completely right with that one. They set the tone. And that made me laugh too. That's why I was laughing. But they like I said, after this, it seemed like they just wanted to top each other. Yeah, and that's what it felt. I loved it.
Yeah, no, and the cool thing is I wrote down the win was very predictable. I mean, everybody that saw this match, there was maybe one or two, but everybody kind of knew Slater and Evans was going to win. Yeah. I actually picked La Parka and Iguana just to be different on our predictions because I wanted to have something. Because I didn't think we were going to differ on any other picks. Little did I know I forgot another match we'll talk about. So we ended up having 2 that were different. But I 100% expected to lose this when I picked them. If you go back and watch the show on Thursday, because I knew Slater and Evans was going to win. But right after that, we got another match that was so incredibly different.
Great.
So incredibly great. just as great as the other one. You've got El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. going for the North American title against All Ego Ethan Page in a hard-hitting, intense slugfest of a
match of the night, as what MD just said. But little known fact to all you guys, that little spot right here was a tribute to Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero's Halloween Havoc 1998, I want to say. Somewhere around there.
Either
yeah.
96 or 98. Yeah, somewhere
around 96, somewhere around there. But that was a little tribute to that right there. And oh man, this whole match was like, I sat there and I was like, holy, I gave this a 9.5 Stampede. This match was the freaking match, man. It had everything. You thought at one point Dr. Wagner Jr. was going to win this. You were like, oh man, they're really going to take this, you know? And yeah, he was wearing the mask that was inspired by Rey Mysterio and that. And the whole Sin Cara light, oh, that was awesome. I was like, come on, but
hey. I mean, just the aesthetic, everything about this match was great.
Everything.
The violence in the match, we got to see a little blood, which we don't normally see a whole lot in WWE, whether it was on purpose or not, who knows?
Son of a
Ollie, what's that?
He says
so yeah, I mean that's what El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. is basically the son of Dr. Wagner Jr. Is what it is. So technically he is Dr. Wagner the third, essentially.
Yeah, I was gonna say
But yeah, very hard hitting, very, very, very different match from the opening match. It was a good change of pace, which made this match seem even harder because of the opening match, because you had all the high flying, the funny spots, you know, where in the first match where they tell Mr. Iguana to undo his shirt just so they can chop him, and they do all that. This one, nothing like that.
No,
these two were trying to kill each other most of the night.
Oh
and
my God.
Almost succeeded a few times from what it looked like.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I don't know if there is anyone better on the NXT roster and maybe the WWE roster. That may be a little stretch in these types of matches than Ethan Page.
I know. I will say that in these type of matches that make you look really good, make the other guy look really good. Right now, Ethan Page is on a different level. I'll second that. He is on a different level, but that knee to his head, he looked like he was concussed there for a second. Yeah, like, to shake it off. That first picture, he really got hit hard.
Well, I mean, you had the coast to coast with the trash can that you got down there too, which made pretty good contact with his head when they showed the video.
Yep.
I mean, just the whole thing and him using chairs. And why you would ever challenge All Ego Ethan Page to any kind of match that allows him to use weapons, I don't know. You apparently have not watched the product, because he's done this with times where he's not supposed to use the chairs and put people out. So I'm not sure why you would ever do that anyway. We both picked All Ego Ethan Page to win, so it wasn't really that much of a surprise, but just an incredible match. I agree, match. It was my match of the night. I thought it was the best one. There was a close second that we'll get to here in a little bit. This was definitely match of the night for me. Let's see. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Next up, you had the North American Women's Championship. Zarya in place of Sol Ruka going against Blake Monroe. And you see it on there on the screen. Blake Monroe gets the win after, again, another really good match. What'd you think?
I like this match, and I agree with Stampede. This was like on the lower end for me. I would give it like a 7. It was a great match. Other than that, it was just, we all knew what was going to happen. Yeah, but the disappointment in Sol Ruka's face at the end, just like, you're like, damn, man, I feel for you now, you know?
And this is one of the matches that Stampede and I talked about it in the Kicking Out of 2 Discord.
Yeah.
I was actually a little higher on this match than he was. And I see his comment saying that it simply served the purpose of giving Blake the title. I actually think it served multiple purposes. Not only did it put Blake on the title, which I thought they were going to do anyway tonight, whether Sol was there or not, it shows, one, it's going to give Sol Ruka a very easy shot at a title rematch whenever she's healthy. Get well soon, Sol. Hopefully, we see you in something that we'll show you guys here later on the night that they announced. Maybe she's quickly healed in a week or two, and we get to see that, or whenever she's ready to go. This is going to be an amazing match between Blake Monroe and Sol Ruca, because Blake Monroe has proven once again that she is one of the best women's wrestlers in WWE period, especially in NXT. Like technical wrestling and in-ring wrestling, she's better than just about anybody.
Yes,
100%. And the third thing that it does that I don't think people are talking about is it reinforces the fact that Zarya cannot win while she's wrapped up in Sol Ruca's universe.
Yep.
She's going to continue to lose like this until she breaks away from Sol. And I think it told that story really well, because she was in control when, Blake kicked the cane out or the crutch out, and then she stopped.
I
back in the ring, did everything, and then just stopped.
I love so freaking hard.
I think it tells multiple stories in this match that a lot of people aren't talking about, that I've seen from what little bit of online discourse so far. So I think it was actually better than most people thought.
It was a great match. I gave it a 7 for sure, but the whole her pushing her into the
ring post.
Yes, that's what it's called. Into the post, and then popping it in on the first try. I was like, this is bull crap. Right? It took Rhea 3 tries on the side of the announcer table. 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. But I agree. She is way too focused on friendship. She needs to turn heel soon. This is ruining her character 100%. Yeah.
I see what you did there, 999. I see what you did.
Let's be honest. God, I love that movie.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. But again, I mean, that doesn't take away from how good it was in the ring. Like, both women showed out. Again, Blake Monroe shows that she's on another level, that she's special.
Yes.
I could very easily see Blake Monroe and Sol Ruca main event WrestleMania down the road.
Oh yeah.
That would be a match I would love to see in 5 years on the big stage at WrestleMania.
That'd be a great match.
In between there, we did get some backstage stuff. There was Jordan Grace and Kalani continuing their little feud for the TNA women's title, the Knockouts title. Little backstage segment there. Shout out to Jordan Grace dressed up as Velma. Very good costume there.
Jinkies.
A lot of cool costumes here and there.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. That's where they announced NXT Gold Rush coming up in a couple weeks. More on that later in the show, so we'll get to there. Let's see what else. I actually took notes, guys. Look at that. I never take notes.
I'm usually taking the notes.
We also get a good package from Tatum and Izzy about the match coming up later on. So showing how well, and it proves what I said on Thursday, which is the whole reason I brought it up, just to say I was right. That Izzy wasn't mad that Tatum won the Battle Royal. She was mad that Lyra was in the ring.
Yep.
You guys mentioned that on Thursday, and I had to explain to you that that's why she was pissed, not because Tatum won, but because Lyra was in there celebrating with her. So, let's see. Get up some comments there. Stampede and Triple Nine are having some. Oh, saying Blake should be one of the 50. So Triple Nine thinks she should already be there.
I said what I said. I love the chat. We're going at it. There's no gloves tonight.
That's where he said he can't think of many wrestlers better than Blake. Outgoing, what she did. I mean, as a whole, all across the world, I think that I don't think she's in the top, 10 to 15 to 20. I would probably have her in 50, but I don't watch as much wrestling as Stampede, so that kind of weighs it a little bit. I don't know about that statement. No, 999. That one, I don't know that I go that far yet. So
Okay.
Mariah May was amazing in AEW. The story she told with Tony Storm was just great. So.
Stampede watch is like 37, brother.
Yeah. If that's all you watch, Stampede
Yeah.
watches that before breakfast.
Yeah, I was gonna say Stampede's eating breakfast while watching all three at the same time. This guy's like this. He's turning over like, all right. Big Powerhouse Hobbs just killed Hangman. What happened over here? Oh, okay. Takesha just whooped some ass. Yeah. I love it. This is a different feel for the show, isn't it?
It is. It's Saturday night. We've got a little bit different feel to it.
No, I feel what you're saying, brother. I feel you.
Yeah, no, that's one of the reasons we call Stampede the encyclopedia of wrestling, because the man watches more wrestling than any other two people combined that I know of. So that's one of the reasons I respect his opinion so much, because he looks at it from every other angle. So we don't always agree on everything, but I respect his opinion. There you go.
Yeah, you should have put in like 14 others or 27 others right there. Yeah.
Well, no, various is good because it can be 2 or it can be 30.
Yeah,
depending on what's going on that day.
Yeah, so. I know.
If there's a way to stream it or watch it or see it or listen about it or look it up, Stampede's on it.
As long as we don't talk about JCW ever, I just can't talk about JCW.
I don't know. I'm interested in that. Then don't get Autumn in here because Autumn loves it.
Listen, I went and watched it before, okay, and now I'm like, do I tell my kids or do I not? Yeah.
They're a little young for that right now.
Oh no, I'm saying when they get older. Yeah, like do I tell them? Do I not?
I like JCW.
No, I'm talking about JCW.
You're talking about Juggalo Championship Wrestling is what you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's supposed to be a J. No.
Listen.
All right. Go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
No. I was gonna go ahead.
Well.
JCW 2.
Oh, okay.
Font is Fagos.
Yeah, it's Fago.
I love it.
So even Stampede's not a big fan of JCW.
Word. All right, cool.
But he'll still watch it. So next up, after this, you have the other women's match of the night. Again, great match. It is the NXT Women's Championship. The champion JC Jane with Fatal Influence against Tatum Paxley with the culling. In again another great match. This was my second favorite match of the night. It was very close to the other one. Amazing showcase for both women. What do you think?
Oh, I agree with you 100%. This was hard hitting. They had that ring. This one right here, the picture that's underneath me right here, that was crazy. Okay, what they did right there was nuts. But she freaking catapulted her right up, and you've seen
JC's used that spot a couple times.
Yeah, but Tatum actually hit face first. You see her like, oh god. Yeah. But man, Tatum fought back. We had the culling and Fatal Influence get into it on the outside, and
that sequence was crazy. I wrote down that sequence because it started out with Laney Reed jumping off the top rope, crossbody to the two guys, and you had Izzy big boot to Laney Reed, and then the cool 619 into the post by Fallon Henry onto them. Really cool sequence. Then they all get ejected. So very cool spot by all of them.
Yeah, I like this match, and I agree with that. This was my match of the not match of the night. This was my second match of the night. Like this was number 2 on the list. I enjoyed every second of it. Tatum, we've been saying for a long time, she is Halloween Havoc, right? The way she is, the way she looks, and look. A lot of people thought the calling was going to turn on her right after. Not yet. All right. She will get stabbed.
Oh, it's coming, though.
In the back. Soon, but not right now. All right. Soon. All right. Izzy will get that title.
I'd agree with that. 999. I think. Oh, yeah. Laney's a lot better fit to that. She's a lot more like Fallon than Jasmine was. Jasmine was kind of her own thing. So, yeah, I could agree with that. It feels like it's more of a fit together.
Oh yeah, oh my god, I jumped out of my chair when Tatum won. I was like, oh my god, I was happy. It was about time. And I'm glad
shout out to her. She's been there forever. So just like JC Jane, when JC Jane won, we kind of felt the same way. We did say she was probably a beatable champion, so she's proved everybody wrong.
Yeah, she did shut me up. Shut me up real quick.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to see who Tatum comes up against next because there's not really a clear challenger for her next. So it'll be interesting to see, which we'll also talk about here in a little bit when we get to the Gold Rush and everything like that. We'll go over and see who's going to be challenging for some of the titles.
Yep, that's true.
Lyra's going to play a big factor the next phase. Probably. I mean, it'll probably be the culling in Izzy's corner and Lyra and Tatum's corner when they finally split. I would actually hold off on splitting for a little bit, just to let this play out for a little while. Because I think when you do split, you probably let Izzy have the title at that point. So hopefully, it's a little further down the road to me. After that, you had some stuff backstage where you get a match that is announced for Tuesday. They were kind of recapping a little bit what happened with Tuesday. Kendall Gray winning the Evolve Championship and sticking up for Ren Sinclair, which I love because I'm a huge Ren Sinclair fan. In walks Lash Legend, and they challenge each other to a match. The Evolve Championship is actually going to be on the line Tuesday night on NXT. Who do you think wins that match?
I want my girl Lash, but you know how that is. It's gonna be in still, you know. But what did Charlie Dempsey say before she hung up the phone? What did I hear about this new no quarter catch crew?
It's the Ren QCC.
The Ren QCC. That's what he said. I was like, what the hell did he just say?
So if you follow Ren, she's been calling it the Ren QCC for a long time. I follow her on TikTok and Twitter, and she does. Ren had like Ren's Days every week. She puts out a video every Wednesday, and she's called it that a lot. So it's pretty cool.
WQCC.
And there was like a couple other matches. Go ahead.
WQCC sounds like one of those TV, like the news,
like a radio station.
Yeah, that too. That's what it sounds. Yeah.
You're listening to WQCC, your home for all things light jazz.
Yeah, or NPR like type deal. Yeah, you gotta get the voice. Yeah. And today you're listening to WQCC. It is 10 o'clock at night on a Thursday afternoon. Thank you for joining in.
Traffic on the freeway is backed up.
Yeah. Oh my God. Please tell me y'all live in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool, and I like the way they're building that little group. I hope they have like a small female group to kind of contend with them with Kendall. I'd like to see Carmen in there because Carmen's kind of never on TV anymore, and I always like Carmen.
Yeah.
So hopefully they build that back up.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
After this, you had the NXT tag team titles on the line. The State of Dark versus the Broken Hardys.
The State of Dark. I love it.
Which is what Matt called him. I loved it. I actually wrote down Dark State on there and then crossed it out when he said State of Dark in the video package. Yeah. That's what's happening right there.
Oh my God. I love that too, right there, what he just said.
Yeah.
That's great.
Let's see. Carmen reminds me of Trish a little bit.
A little bit.
And yes, Darkseid does get the victory in a Broken Rules match of all things. And I personally thought that when they changed it to a Broken Rules match, and this is the one I forgot, that I thought we would also agree, because originally I said Darkseid was going to win. Then they announced it was a Broken Rules match with Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero, and I thought there was no chance that they were going to let them lose that match. And lo and behold, after a really cool spot, Doomsday Device off the tall ladder through a table, Dark State gets the win and are again your new NXT Tag Team Champions. What'd you think?
I actually, one was talk about Jeff Hardy paying tribute to the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. That was beautiful. Two, that spot where he jumped off the ladder and landed. How the hell is he standing? All right, did they inject him with some morphine?
I don't think it was by choice. I think Osiris just carried him into the ring, because if you look on the outskirts when they're hitting Hardy, like he's got to physically like carry Jeff over there and put him in the ring.
Yeah,
he's still kind of half unconscious.
He was pretty much dead. But yeah, no, this was a good match. I really like this match. You know, It's
The funny thing is, like with the font we've got, when I read this comment, it looks like my name is Jep, and I was about to call him Jep. But 999, we'll start calling you Jeff. Well, nice to meet you, Jeff. I'm Mike. That's
it does say Jep. It does say Jep.
Does it?
Yeah, Jepp, Jep.
Oh, it does say Jep. Okay, well, never mind. Well, welcome, Jep.
That's awesome. What's up? But yeah, no, I liked it, and I'm glad I got this one right. But like I gave it a 6. It wasn't up there as the best, but listen, no, I don't think that's the first time. I think Bubba moved.
No,
once.
it's not the first time.
I know. I remember Bubba moved. There's a lot of callbacks to a lot of stuff tonight.
Yeah, Dark State hitting the 3D.
You see?
We're still going to call you Jep from now on, just because you said it. So congratulations, you're now Jep.
Yeah. Leave Korean
hopefully you don't mind it, because
he's busy.
His real name is Marcus, but not anymore. Now you're Jep.
Jep. You're Jep on the run in, brother. I'm sorry. It happens.
Congratulations.
My name is Jep.
And the bad thing is, I read that like it's a Kid Rock song.
Yeah, right. Oh God.
But no, again, a good match. I like how they got all the Dark State involved. I was hoping somebody would come out to help the Hardys at some point.
I was thinking it was gonna be Slater and Evans.
Well, they made a mention of that after the match because they went to them backstage.
Yep.
And apparently the Hardys had asked them not to. Who knows? But and my main note for this, it was a train wreck in a good way.
It was.
There was carnage everywhere. At some point, I think Cutler James got hit in the face with a table when Jeff was trying to like throw it out of the way, and he was laying there, and I'm like, "Ooh, that probably shouldn't have happened." Osiris getting taken the back body drop that was supposed to go through the table, and the only thing that hit the table were his legs at the beginning of the match. That looked nasty.
One of those dudes got cut. Can't think. It wasn't Osiris. It was the other guy. He got cut by a table getting out of the ring early on in the match.
Lennox?
Yes, yeah. Lennox. He got cut early on in the match. I was like, oh my God. And that was on his leg too, on the inside part of his thigh. I was like, man, that's going to burn for the rest of this match. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that rumor too that Private Party was going to debut here. That would have been interesting.
Stand deliver.
Yeah. It's going to be a little bit later down the road. I can't wait for Private Party versus Leon and Evans. That's going to be a really good match too. Maybe that'll happen after they turn on the Hardy Boys after their match with Slater and Evans down the road, because they've got a match. They're going to have a match coming up sometime soon. Which brings us to our main event of the night: Trick Williams against the champion Ricky Saints, and Ricky Saints retains.
Yep.
It was a decent match. This was probably my least favorite match of the night, to be completely honest.
Did not like this match at all.
It was okay. I'm not gonna say it's bad. But
listen, Trick. 90% of the match was Trick, all match. Okay, and then you get a spear and a DDT and
tornado DDT,
and that's it. That's it.
What happened? What happened? Didn't he do like the Rochambeau or something? Is what he called it. What happened to his finishing? Like,
I don't know.
I just not use it anymore.
I don't. Maybe you couldn't pick up a Trick at that point. I don't know. But
and I get it for Oba, because that's how he finished Oba too, with like 2 or 3 tornado DDTs. Yeah, and that's how he pinned Oba, which I'm still pissed about, by the way.
I don't know, man. I'm just not feeling this Ricky Saints.
I'm not either.
I said it right. Ricky Saints. I'm not feeling this Ricky Saints championship run, brother. I feel like this was the worst match of the night, in my opinion. Stampede, I get it, okay, but this was the worst match of the night. This was a terrible main event in my book. When you had everything else, like Ethan Page killing it, you have freaking Dark Slate killing it with old guys in the Hardys, right? They actually did a lot better than this match. Yeah, Tatum and JC putting on a phenomenal match. And then you have Mariah and Zarya in a makeshift match. That was a hell of a lot better than this. Even freaking the Friendly Expedition match was better than this. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never really been a huge Ricky Saints fan. It went even worse after he beat Oba. It's just I don't know. I don't really care about Trick either, so I didn't have any vested interest in this match. I actually started cooking my dinner during this match because I lost interest in it. So it just didn't do anything for me. I was hoping at the end there when he's holding up the title that somebody was going to come out and lead to the next feud or something. But again, we have no idea what's coming next. For really any of the champions other than the women's North American champion, to be completely honest.
That's NXT in a nutshell. They give you like hints to what's going on somewhere, but they'll leave you ghost on a lot of things for everything else.
Yeah. But I mean, overall, a good card. We talked about every match, went over all the winners and losers. There is, however, one more result that we have to talk about, and that is the result between Sped and I. And yes, and new.
Hey, look, Sped's doing it.
Get it over with.
Sped wins. Haha. I'm coming for the AEW crown now. Dun. That's gonna be the word next. Dun. You can go ahead and do it. Hey, how you guys like Mike Rome? Should we keep Mike Rome? Keep Mike Rome for stuff? I think I went perfect in my predictions tonight.
You did, because both matches that I had that were different from you, I lost.
Yeah, that's right. That's what's up.
I went 4-2. You went 6-0. Jeff went 6-0. I think Lady Alpha went 6-0 too.
My Tom Mike.
I agree. I don't know who that is right now in NXT, to be completely honest. But speaking of that, we will get to some of these issues with our next post because I'm tired of looking at that damn belt on the Phoenix. And they did announce tonight NXT Gold Rush, November 18th and 25th, where they will have titles from both NXT, TNA, Evolve, and AAA all on the line for NXT Gold Rush over 2 weeks. And my question is we just talked about Ricky Saints, including him. Who do you think are some of the challengers that will get for some of the titles? Just any titles you can think of.
I can see a rematch for that North American Championship, Mustafa Ali versus Ethan Page. I can see that happening. This could be.
It wouldn't shock me if Ethan Page gets involved with Joe Hendry.
I was thinking that too on the 25th. Because isn't there TNA's got a pay-per-view coming up here soon, I believe.
I think so. Stampede, if you can confirm or deny that.
That's what I'm trying to think.
I'm not sure when the next one is.
Because I don't think they're going to let their... I know the X Division title's coming on I know he said something about that earlier, Slater did. But either way, we're probably going to get a good bit. I want to see... you guys are going to probably laugh at me, all right? And you're going to hear about him again in the next slide. But I want to see Dominic Mysterio versus somebody. I don't care who, for that Mega Campeon champion title. Sorry, I was going to say champion.
You think that's where they do him and Dragon Lee, since Dragon Lee's the next challenger?
Yeah, that's right. No. That was tonight. Was
it really?
Yeah, that was at 8:00. Yeah, that's going on.
Watch that.
Yeah, that's going on. That just happened. I just remember that. That was going on. But, did he win? El Grande, that would be cool.
Well, speaking of El Grande, you also have the Speed title that he's a part of. The finals of the Speed title championship tournament are Tuesday. Jasper Troy versus Axiom. We did get a package from El Grande Americano to say that he was going to have Rayo and Bravo, his Los Americano family, there to watch and find out who wins that match, so he can prepare. So that you may actually have that championship there too. The
Don
Speed
versus
championship
Santos would be nice. That would be nice, but I see that going a different direction.
That would be good.
That would be nice. I would like that. And November
turning
14th,
point is the 14th.
So that would give us Slater and Evans versus Dark Slate for the tag titles.
Yeah.
Henry versus Ego Page for the NXT North American Championship. Then I can see Mustafa Ali going up against well, yeah, maybe not even Mustafa Ali, maybe Moose. Because we've been doing a lot of copy and paste on the NXT Championship, and we put Moose in there again. But I would like to see Mustafa Ali versus Ricky Saints. That'd be cool. Those two guys would fit perfectly together.
Yeah, as long as Mustafa wins. I'm just so tired of
Yes,
Ricky Saints, to be honest.
yes, yeah. I would like to see Mustafa Ali win. Yes, you're right.
And they need to put a TNA person on, with the NXT Championship at some point. So,
Yeah.
You famously had Dolph Ziggler or Nick Nemeth, who says he doesn't want to go back to NXT. So I doubt he's ever really part of it. One of the reasons he probably wasn't in the Invasion part. To be honest, that's probably why Matt Cardona got that spot, because that probably would have been Nemeth if he had not pretty much refused to go back over. Let's see, Ali versus Americana for the speed title. I like that. Ali versus Americana. Hopefully we see Soul back by then, so we see Soul and Blake maybe on the 25th to give her an extra week to get healed.
Yep.
Mustafa's a possibility of his contracts. Nick Nemeth needs to get over himself. Probably true. Most wrestlers probably do, though.
A lot of them do.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't know that Mustafa does that, or Mustafa does that, but I think it would be a really good match in the interim. I don't know that they're going to put anybody at this show like that. They're probably going to wait until Deadline in December, which is their next big PLE. That's probably going to be where he gets a bigger opponent to see if he can either sink or swim. Maybe even Oba. Maybe that's Oba's swan song before he goes to the main roster.
Maybe Matt Cardona.
He gets a rematch.
The complete Matt Cardona versus Ricky Saints.
Yeah, Michael said that earlier too. He had
cool.
mentioned that, but I don't know that they're going to do that on this night though. I think if they're going to do that, I think that's what they say for Deadline.
Yeah, be a freaking Texas Death Match, WWE edition.
Yeah. But I mean, that's just, it goes to show you though, like after this show, like none of the titles have any direction right now.
None.
So it's going to be interesting to see in 3 weeks,
except for the North
about how much you have, except for the Women's North American Champion. None of them have direction. Maybe the tag team champions with Dark State and Javon Evans and later, just because they teased it a little bit. Not to mention you've got all the other tag teams, OTM, Hank and Tank, Chase U. I mean, all the other ones that have kind of been around.
Chase U. I would take Hank and Tank yet again over Chase U for those tag titles. All right, like just saying.
I want to see him on the main roster too, Stampede, but I just have a feeling they're going to let him have just one more swan song at the end of the year. My main hope is he is John Cena's last opponent and kind of answers an open challenge from John Cena, but that's probably not going to happen. So I can dream. Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. I think it's, I just think Big Mike is sour. That is 100% true. You are correct. I can admit that. I have no problem admitting that I'm just not a big fan of his.
That's me admitting about LA Knight.
Yeah, I mean that's the great thing about wrestling. You're not supposed to like everybody. And we have, everything has a different taste. That's why Michael from Kicking At It 2 says it the best. Wrestling is a buffet.
Yep.
Ricky Saints just sitting on the part of the buffet that I like to frequent and go get stuff from. See, there you go. You with Sami Zayn. I'm kind of there with Sami Zayn. I've liked his U.S. title run, but I'm kind of there too. I'm there with Jey Uso. Right now I'm there with CM Punk, Jey Uso, and LA Knight all together. As I mentioned on Thursday. Don't you dare be sour.
Yeah, it was so nice to see the beautiful bastard return. God.
Yeah, I hate that you weren't here to talk about it.
I know, man. I wanted to talk about that beautiful bastard too. Been waiting for so long.
Anything else? I know we went all over all the matches. Anything else coming up Tuesday that you're looking forward to? NXT, we mentioned a few matches that are coming up.
No, because Lexis King's gonna be on the card.
Is he really? I didn't see that.
I thought that's what I saw. I don't know. Maybe I was wrong.
Now, the only matches I've seen are Jasper Troy and Axiom, which I think
Oh
Axiom
no.
takes.
Heights versus
Heights versus Miles Bourne.
Born. That's gonna be a freaking banger. That's gonna be a
Yes.
banger.
Yeah, Tuesday night's going to be good. I mean, I'm looking forward. I'm don't know about Axiom and Jasper Troy. I don't know how that match is going to go. Hopefully, Axiom wins and we get Axiom versus Americano for the Speed Championship because I think that'd be really good. You've got Kendall Gray and Lash Legend, and then you've got Tavion and Miles. So 3 really good matches already announced for Tuesday. Hopefully, we get some clarity on some of these other championship pictures leading into Gold Rush in 2 weeks. Or 3 weeks from Tuesday night. So,
yep.
Moving on, we do have a small special try maker challenge, especially for this Halloween Havoc special. Take it away, brother.
All right, so we got the best of Halloween Havoc. All right, and I asked my wife if this was okay to put Shotzi in here. All right, because to me, she's Miss Halloween Havoc. All right, and
100%.
In the indie, she's doing some phenomenal stuff against men. If you haven't seen it. All right. But this is, in my opinion, the 4 best. Yes, I said 4 best Halloween Havoc performers. Sting.
Well, hold on. So I'm going to amend it and say the 5 because we're going to throw Rhea and Dom in there since you have them on the picture.
Okay, fair enough.
So it is a fatal 5-way. Rhea, Dom,
do that.
and then the rest of them.
All right. So you got Sting, Eddie Guerrero, which is Rey Mysterio right there, by the way. And then you got Shotzi, Dom, and Rhea, right? So this fatal 5-way is brought to you by Halloween Havoc. All right, can't beat that. No, you can't beat the Eddie Ray match, brother. No, that's why Eddie's in here. Eddie was just phenomenal, and that's who was my pick, by the way. I love Sting. All right, I love Sting. I like Shotzi, but Shotzi is gonna try to hook up with Dom and Rhea. They're all. This is Rhea Dom age, folks. All right, so Rhea's gonna go nuts. And then those 2 are going to fight. Dom's going to be watching because any man's going to watch two women go at it, And Eddie Guerrero is going to do what he does. He's going to lie, he's going to cheat, and he's going to win. Yeah.
So you're picking Eddie Guerrero?
Yeah. Please say he's picking Shotzi.
I am going to pick none other than Dominic Mysterio.
That's my man's right there. That's who I'm talking about.
So
he said Dipley.
That is pretty funny.
Oh my god.
Big beefy babes.
There it is.
All right. That's definitely a way to say that.
That's something.
Appreciate you, Jep.
Jep.
But no, I think obviously Shotzi and Rhea take each other out, fighting on the outside. You have Sting, Eddie, and Dom in there. And of course, it goes to the new generation of lie, cheat, and steal. They band together, take out Sting, and then it's Eddie versus Dom, father versus son. Son gets the better of him, finally retires Eddie Guerrero the way he should have retired, and sends him off into the sunset and takes the victory.
Oh my god. Oh man. I think we would get banned.
Isn't technically the gobbledygooker, isn't he technically a Halloween Havoc creation?
I think he was.
Wasn't he like one of the first Halloween Havocs where they have the egg and it hatched? So you could have put him in there too.
No. That was WCW. Not WCW.
I know, but it was still Halloween Havoc.
I thought it was WWF.
No.
The Goblin Goober.
I think it was Halloween Havoc.
Either way,
we want Dipley.
Dipley.
Survivor
Series. That's what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah, the giant egg. When you said that,
that's
and
right.
Him out, I was like, yeah. Because then they keep that going as Pete Rose for a while. Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know.
He got tombstone a lot. Oh, my God.
So that was the show. Again, we both thought it was a great show, great PLE for NXT, as they usually do. It's really sad that WWE usually puts out the worst of the 3, NXT, AEW, and WWE. Usually both NXT and AEW outshine them on PLEs for the most part.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It was going to be Mark Calloway.
Really? Oh,
Could you imagine if he'd have gotten that instead of the Undertaker?
Wow. We would be like, buddy, you should have chose the UFC.
Exactly. Well, but yeah, great show. Thank you again for everybody in the comments for being with us. Thank you, Sped, for coming back and not abandoning me forever.
I would never.
Stampede's overall grade was a 7.25 out of 10. I probably went slightly higher, but he was down on a few matches that I was higher on. Completely acceptable, and we appreciate the thought. Thanks for the recap show. No problem. We're going to probably get guests to do some of these, especially the bigger shows. This was the first one we ran, so we wanted to do it kind of ourselves, see how it runs. So we will definitely have others joining us as a panel for some of these as well, coming up in the future. In the
and they will be doing that.
And we appreciate you.
The guests will be doing the final word, all right? Because we're gonna keep that reserved for us. All the run in. I didn't know what to put for the final. Yeah, like for it.
You could have just left it all.
It looked weird.
But since you put it in there, we will go to the final word, which is going to be Sped. So this is where I say thank you guys so much. Everyone in the comments, thank you, Sped. Have a great night. And off to you for the final word.
I am doing something right here, right now. Laying down a challenge just for you. Right? Just for you. You get your 4, including yourself. That makes 5. You get 4. I'll get 4. They pick 1 match each for you, okay, for Survivor Series. And I'll do the same. My 4 will pick 1 match for me, and we'll pick 1 to get, ours. And then our tiebreaker will be us, okay? That's how that crown will be on the line for Survivor Series right here, right?
Okay. I guess we'll have to figure out how that works. That would have been nice to know before you sort of threw it out there, but that's cool. So do I get first pick?
Oh yeah, we will do a lot. We'll do something. We'll talk about how we're gonna, because we got Survivor Series coming up here soon anyway. So we'll talk about how we're gonna do this. Yeah, like Thursday we could probably pick because it'd be a shorter show, a little bit slide. We ain't putting this on there. And
well, we've got Saturday Night Main Event too that's coming up next weekend.
Yeah, that's right. Saturday Night.
I mean, you're not defending the title there because we don't normally put the title on the line for that because it's a house show, but we still talk about it.
But yeah, no. But yeah, we can still. Yeah, boom.
Me either, Mike. And I would love to say this was a planned spot, but I had no clue it was coming. So,
no, I thought about this.
Took the night off on Thursday and just dreamed up all kinds of shit.
Oh my god! I was like, okay, you know what? Mike's been making all these badass freaking stuff going on, like these little stipulations and little matches and stuff. These are some badass stuff. How can I make this crown even better? 5-on-5, our version of a freaking traditional Survivor Series match.
Okay. So more details to come on that. Make sure you follow us at _BigMike27 at SB3DROCK over on Twitter, as we will make announcements for a draft. If you would like to volunteer, I will put a post up tonight after we leave out of here. If you're watching this and want to volunteer to be in the draft for our Survivor Series picks, let us know, and we'll put you in there. And then maybe Thursday, maybe the week after, we'll have to find out. We will have a run-in draft where we pick teammates for our Survivor Series match.
It's going to be fun.
Anything else you want to throw out there, brother?
I'm the
afraid
champ.
to ask at this point.
I'm the champ. Look at that. I won the belt. I didn't put it up there yet, but it will be there Thursday. I won the belt. I haven't seen that thing in months.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night and enjoy wrestling.